What is up, everyone? StonePost34 here, bringing you my first dual comm. I'm so excited about this. I've got a really cool guest for you guys. I think you're going to love this. With Woody's Gamertag doing March Madness, a lot of cool channels got recognized and known. And without further ado, my guest is...
Hey guys, it is Eric, also known as Aviator, and I'm actually really excited to be here. It's kind of rare that I ask someone if they want to do a dual comm like StonePost, and they reply, and they end up being a really cool guy. So StonePost, thanks for having me on, man.
Absolutely, and thank you for the kind words, and I can't say enough. Thank you for being here. So, we kind of talked about what we would talk about before this, and most recently you went out to CPX Sports, did the paintball with FPSRussia, Tmartn, Woody. Tell me something about that. Some cool stories. You already have the cool videos up.
Yeah, man. Well, kind of my whole channel is designed around the idea of putting together something that's different than just Call of Duty, that's different than just gaming. Because, there's a lot of gaming channels out there, and as much as I love them, I've been following Call of Duty on YouTube for 2.5 years now. I love Call of Duty. It's great, but there's more to life, so I try to share different adventures and whatnot. And getting invited to go up to paintball at CPX Sports was like, dude, this just totally fits in with it. Plus, I got to hang out with the biggest guys on YouTube and just have a blast. And I have to say, if anyone likes YouTubers like FPSRussia and Mercadurka and Woody's Gamertag, Tmartn, Gassy Mexican, these guys who are kind of pretty well known, Paintball Kitty, these cool people, Getting to know them in person is so entertaining because they're actually just as cool in person as they are, with their online persona. And some of them are a little bit different. Like, I thought Gassy Mexican was like going to be this flamboyant, kind of over the top Mexican dude.
Right.
No, he's like quiet and calm, and I'm like, dude, what the heck? I thought Woody was going to be quiet and calm, and Woody's like excited about life, man. It's such a wild thing. I love it.
Love it. And you said when I was watching your video, you were like the human target for these guys. How did that happen? You had a shirt that said, "Don't shoot me."
Well, I had a ref jersey on, and normally people don't want to shoot the refs because they can get ejected from the game. But I'm videotaping with this giant monstrosity of a camera, and anyone who's seen my videos knows like my video quality is pretty high, and I put a lot of work into it. And I'm standing out here basically in the middle of a field of fire of almost 2,000 paintballers, and they see this bright orange camo jersey. I'm going to try to find a picture, or at least dress up the same way when I get back there this next month, because I want people to see what I look like. And I got shot somewhere between 200 and 600 times. I don't know the exact number. It's at least 200 times. The tank unloaded on me for like 7 seconds, and the tank can do like 25 rounds a second. So,
fun times, right?
It was awesome.
And that was in Illinois, right? Is that where it was at?
Yeah, it was in Illinois, and of course, you know how the weather is in the Midwest because you're from that area.
Kansas,
and,
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, dude, I'm here to tell you, like, I looked at the weather before I left Florida, and I live in Florida, and it's hot in Florida already. It's 96 degrees this week, and that sucks. But I'm in Illinois, and I look at the weather, and it says it's going to be 62 degrees is the high one day, 71, then 74, and then 77. And I'm like, yes, it's utopia. To me, like, if I can wear a hat and be comfortable, I'm happy, right? So, like, I get so excited. I get up there, I have my sport coat on, I'm wearing corduroys, I got my nice shirt and a hat on. Right. I walk out of the airplane, and I literally felt like I was about to die. It was 87 degrees and like 3,000% humidity. It was cooler in Florida. Kid you not. Cooler in Florida. So screw you, Midwest.
Yeah, that's right. What do they say? Wait 10 seconds and the weather will change in the Midwest.
Man, it was brutal.
Hey, but I gotta say, I love your channel, and you mentioned it before. High quality is what you bring to YouTube, and you bring a different perspective. I mean, you bring personal stories, pictures. You have a photography company. I mean, just some really cool, high quality videos, and you share part of your life, and that's what I enjoy about your channel. So, how did you get started? I mean, what was you said you watched for 2 years, and I kind of did the same thing. But what got you in the ring, so to speak?
Well, it's kind of a funny story, and this is long and drawn out, but I'll try to keep it short.
No,
I know we only have like 4 minutes more gameplay here. By the way, those of you who have not been able to figure it out after 4.5 minutes of what you're watching a Gold AUG Domination Ground War gameplay where I am playing with a horrible connection. And it doesn't look bad at sometimes, but I can tell you the way it felt was just awful. It was bad. The ping time was bad. Whatever. It was awful.
Right.
Anyway, I got started just to bounce back here. Onslaught followed me on Twitter. Now, I've been following Onslaught's videos since he got started. Right. And when he followed me on Twitter, I happened to notice, I don't know how, but I noticed he was following me, and I sent him a message. I said, dude, I watch your videos. And I love your stuff. Thanks for following me. He was only following like 30 or 40 people at the time.
How cool is that?
And he says, yeah, you came up as one of those related people or people you should follow, and I thought you looked pretty cool. So, long story short, I get to know Onslaught, end up connecting with him on Skype about camera equipment, and then joining in for his Road to Commander series.
Awesome.
And I got to play 3 games with him in that, and basically he kind of convinced me, or I should say his fans kind of convinced me, that I should start my own channel. So here we are today, kind of bringing something different to the YouTube scene.
No, I love it, and every time you put up a video, and I told you I wish you put up more, but I understand the amount of time that goes into it, and you really have dedicated yourself to this YouTube, and I thank you for that. So, hey, let's talk about your name. For those that don't know Eric or the Aviator, can you tell us how you got your name?
I can do that, yeah, man. It's actually, this is kind of a neat thing. My whole life, I've jumped from interest to interest and thing to thing and business to business and all these different things. And there's always been a few small constants. And the first one for me was aviation. My uncle's a pilot. My mom was a pilot. My grandmother's a pilot. My grandfather's a pilot.
Wow.
My cousins are pilots. I love to fly. Well, one of my cousins is a pilot. One's a flight attendant. We all love to fly. And yeah, exactly. So I grew up in that kind of society. And it's an amazing thing. So I started flying when I was 3. My very first memory was flying. And when I turned, I guess, 11 or so, I decided I wanted to buy an airplane. I was working at my grandmother's restaurant washing dishes. And I decided to buy an airplane. So I washed dishes for 40 hours a week plus, and I made enough money to buy the tail section of an airplane. By the way, I was homeschooled, so it was okay for me not to be in school. I said I was working for minimum wage for my grandmother. Yeah, have you guys ever seen Cinderella? I look like her.
Cinderella, yeah. 2 stepsisters, 2 stepbrothers, perhaps.
But yeah, that's how I got my name. I've been flying my whole life, and I still fly today. I don't get to fly quite as much anymore, but I've got about 1,400 hours logged in. 83, 84 types now, so a lot of different airplanes.
Wow, that's something to be proud of. That's excellent. Hey, one thing that I love about your channel is, and I look forward to it every Monday, because I'm a bit of a music guy, and you do Music Mondays, and can you tell the viewers about that and how it started?
Well, dude, this is one more thing. It kind of shows off my obsessive nature. I love music, too. But there was a website a couple of years ago that came out that was fairly successful in its infancy, and they changed the layout, and it wasn't as successful anymore. But it was kind of like a dig.com for music, so people could go and they could thumbs up different songs and whatnot. You got certain numbers of thumbs up per day that you could use, and you know, there were all these different badges and things you could earn. So I just fell in love with this idea. It was a game, right?
Right.
Listening to music while working and playing a game was ideal. So I have 25,000 plays or 30,000 plays on that site now of different songs I've played. It's an enormous amount of time. And yeah, so I know a lot of different artists that are kind of undiscovered or unknown. And when I was starting to put together, you know, my first few videos, I wanted to find artists that I could use that, you know, eventually if I wanted to put ads over or whatnot, I wouldn't get in trouble. So I started asking those artists for permission, and Music Mondays was born. And it's been kind of a neat process. A lot of people think it's really easy to do those Music Monday videos. People don't realize that it takes like, this week I spent 10 hours on the phone with different agents for musicians. You know, trying to talk the agent into letting me steal their client's music to put on my YouTube channel. I'm like, I want to promote your client. They're like, well, are you paying us for it? I'm like,
no.
Sending it to 13,000 people to watch.
It's a symbiotic relationship, right?
Exactly.
Well,
but it's a fun thing, man. I like it.
No, that's great, and I love it. I look forward to it because you bring different genres to the table, and you know, I never know what to expect, and I think that's why I like it so much. Cause
well, tell me, man.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. What's your favorite? Which was your favorite one so far? We've had, I think, 6 episodes.
It was the guy, the kind of the reggae, not the reggae. Was it reggae or kind of more of like a Jack Johnson feel?
Oh, Roland Albertson, the guy from South Africa.
Yes, that was
one of my
awesome.
favorite people now.
And I'm a huge Jack Johnson fan, and I checked it out, and I checked out his channel that you had on there. It was very cool, and I'm glad you brought that, because I'm always looking for something different. But I know we're running out of time. Hey, guys, check out his channel. Some cool stuff. A lot of time goes into producing these videos, and please subscribe to him. He's a great guy, and thanks for watching, guys, and take care as always. This is StonePost 34.